Welcome. For today's class, we're just going to need a couple of blocks. And we have a fun flow. It's going to be a mandala flow at one point. That means that we go through the front and the side and the back of the mat and come back. Excuse me. And today's message is, or the skill of the practice of yoga is to learn the art of listening to the body's whispers. Oftentimes we don't feel on a cellular level, on the energetic level. So unless we feel something big, we feel that we have to push and do more. Where the opposite is really the essence of the practice of yoga. Not only is it beneficial to be safe with our body, but it also helps us to rewire the nerve system. So it's not always in a fight and flight mode, but to try to really tone it down, the thought, the expectation, the awareness. Oftentimes when we have an injury, it may have been incubating for a very long time, but we did not listen to the whispers. It whispers and whispers and whispers until it starts to yell at us. And when it's yelling, we did not listen to the whispers. So the art of yoga is learning to refine those little movements in order to be aware of the little things in the body. So let us stay with that focus of being mindful. That's one of the main things about yoga. And being mindful allows or inquires proper breathing, mindful breathing, with a pause between the inhalation, the exhalation. We will get started with one block in a bent knees pose to begin with. So right under your sacrum, the base of your skull, not the skull, the base of your sacrum here, your spine. Wiggle your hips a little bit. You're right at the center of your sacrum. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. And for now, keep your knees about hip width apart. Notice your feet on the floor. Allow yourself a few breaths to arrive. Planting and grounding your feet to the mat. Your back body, whatever is touching. Then focus on the exhalation first. Empty any tension out of the body, waking up. And notice just by letting go of the exhalation, your inhalation starts to take a pattern. And gradually your breath becomes a little bit more three-dimensional through the front, the side, and the back. And let that growth be gradual and gentle. As if your breath is whispering, but it's expanding in a gentle and a comfortable way. Can you notice what is awakening? Notice your back body, and you keep on listening to those little whispers in your body of awareness. Every step of the way, through your inhalation, until you pause, what does it feel like? And then when you exhale, until you have to take your next breath. Maybe like a river flow, opening your body all the way down to your feet and your fingertips, the crown of your head. And then we're keeping that breath. Just bring your right, lift your feet off the floor, take your right ankle in front of the left ankle. And now drop your feet down to the floor. Bring your knees together, inhale. And then exhale, open your knees towards the floor. Again, don't go too far, too fast, just warming up the joints. Inhale, squeeze your knees together. Exhale, resetting your SI joint here. You might feel movement to the right and left of your sacrum. Inhale. Exhale. And now stay here to your comfort zone. Relax your shoulders, your chest, your hips. And then with your next breath, bring your knees towards one another. Lift your ankles or feet off the floor. And now just change your ankles. Drop your feet down to the floor, knees together, inhale. Exhale, open. Can you notice, can you trace the sensations? Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, stay. Relax, go to the outer blade of your feet, relax your shoulders. How long is your breath? As you scan your body, notice if you're holding tension. Did your habit sneak up on you? Can you change that? And find that river flow through your body. Maybe your knees have to come a little higher, just a hair, so you don't overly stress. And maybe you drop your knees a little more now. Just explore and listen. With your next breath, bring your knees upright, lift your feet, and hug your knees. Little massage over the block. Circle your ankles, and then go in the opposite direction. Take your hands on your thighs, and now like you're running in place. One leg comes forward and the opposite. Keep your knees bent. Just flossing the SI joint here, mobilizing and releasing any tissue that might be congested. Good. And then lower your feet down to the floor, hip width apart. Organize your block if you need to on your sacrum. Lift your palms over your heart. And now open your arms in a T and a big circle over your head. Inhale, up and sideways, big circle over your head. And I go the opposite way. Over your head, inhale, big circle all the way down. Inhale up, big circle. Shoulder rolls. Good. Open your hands in a T position. Core active, pelvic floor. Visualize a ball between your pelvis, right at the bottom. And now lift your feet with an ankle weight. Spread your toes. Bring your hands over your heart. Make a fist as if you had little weights. Depress the shoulders. Inhale. And now on the exhale, you're pulling an imaginary band and tap your right foot on the floor. Don't touch the floor, bend your right knee. Tap the right foot, just tap. Keep your sacrum grounded. Lift your palms, lift your leg, inhale. Depress the shoulder. Use your engagement. Exhale, open your arms, left foot. Tap the ball of your foot. Barely touching. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. Slow motion. Tap. Almost there is a little hot iron on the right side of your mat. And you're just testing the water there. And then lift it up. Inhale. Exhale, left. Slow. Inhale. This time, exhale, extend your right leg all the way out. Open your arms to a T, depress the shoulders. Inhale, bend, come up. Exhale, left through molasses. Quad muscles are active. Lower your left leg only until your sacrum is on the center and not on your tailbone. You don't want to tilt your pelvis. Stay here, inhale, lift your palms up, inhale. Exhale, travel over to the right with your arms. Lift your chin, breathe in here for 4. Lift your shoulders for 3. Breathe 2, lift a little higher. Come all the way down, bend your knees, inhale. Exhale, right leg goes out. Travel to the left. Depress the shoulders, but lift your rib cage as best as you can for 3. Breathe 2 and 1. Slowly come back. Drop your feet down to the floor. Listen, we're gonna traction the low back a little bit. Move the block up above your hip to your lumbar region, between your ribs and your hips. And I sway your knees to the right and to the left. Massaging the erector spinae and also the QL muscles, the muscles on the side of your low back. So visualize how the block is tractioning your spine. Notice the right side, notice the left side. Press the block down. Good. Lift your hips and move the block out of your way. Lengthen your tailbone, lower, and stretch your legs out. Just feel what you feel. Use your breath to flush out any toxins. And now cross your ankles, rock and roll, come up to all fours. Good. Bring your hands under your shoulders and bring your knees in front of your hips, in front of your hips. Usually we say knees under the hips, but to keep your pelvis more neutral, it's better to keep your knees in front of your hips so you don't sway your ribs and your belly down. Now gaze forward, energetically pull the heels of your hands towards your knees and notice how your chest comes forward. Now push the chest off the floor, widening the space beautiful between your shoulder blades. Gaze forward, extend your right leg. Look under your belly, align your foot with your hip. Square your hips, inhale, and now lift your right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, right knee to your right tricep. Extend your right leg back in the air. Lift your left hand. Lower your left hand down, inhale. Exhale, knee to your right tricep. Hollow your belly. Gaze forward. Extend your right leg. Extend your left arm. Just one more. Lower your left hand. Knee to your right tricep. Extend your leg. Extend your arm. Bend your right knee. Reach your hand to your foot. Glutes are active. Resist your foot to your hand. Gaze forward. Depress the right shoulder. Widen your collarbone for 3. Breathe 2. And 1. Ever so slowly, release your foot. Take your right knee behind your left knee. Shift your left foot to the right. And now just find your little cow pose here variation. We're going to come forward and back a few times just to hydrate those hips. Forward and back. Left sit bone leads the way. Find ease. Breathe. This time, walk your fingertips to the right. Lengthen your left hand a little further, and now depress the left shoulder and draw the left hip to the back wall. Slowly gaze forward. Release your legs. Child's pose just for a couple of breaths. Again, be mindful of hydrating your knees. You can shift your hips right and left. Still warming up the body. And now slowly gaze forward. Find your quadruped. Bring your knees under you, in front of your hips. Pull the hands towards your knees. Push the floor. Lift your chest. And now extend your left leg as under your belly. Align your leg with your hips. Gaze forward, inhale. Glutes active, lift your left leg. Knee to your left tricep. Breathe, hollow your belly. Creating space in your spine. Extend your left leg strong. Lift your right hand up. Lower your right hand. Knee to your tricep. Core active. Extend your leg. Lift your right arm. Lower your right hand, inhale. Exhale, tricep. Bring your chest forward. Shoulders over your wrist. Extend your left leg and lift your right arm. Bend your left knee. Reach your hand to your foot. Resist your foot to your hand. Glutes are active. And now lift your chest. Bring your sternum to the top of your mat, forward. See if you can engage your glute a little more and lift your knee a little higher. For 3. Breathe 2. And 1. Ever so gently release your foot. Take your left knee behind your right knee and now swing your right foot to the left a little. Cow legs, shift your weight back. A few times, forward and back. Let go of the tension in your body. Sometimes it's beneficial to open your mouth and let go of any buildup. And then stay still. With your next breath, gaze to the left. Walk your hands to the left. Reach your right hand a little further. And then depress the right shoulder and draw the right hip back. Slowly gaze forward, bring your hands forward. Downward facing dog this time. Claw the mat. Lift your chest and lift your hips high, 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 high. Allow your elbow, give or take, to be aligned with your thumb. And then walk your dog. You can add a little twist. Go at your own pace. Good. And now lift your heels. Gaze to the top of your mat and now come slowly to your tippy toes until you cannot go any longer. Bend your knees a lot. Find one block under your left hand on the low setting, and now take your right hand under your right foot. Depress the shoulders, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, straighten only the right leg. Resist your foot to your hand, micro bend in your right knee and depress the right shoulder, gaze forward. Open the right side, oh yummy. Breathe here. Bend your right knee, liberate your right hand. Little circle, open your right hand to the right. Bend your left knee, still. A little circle here. Slowly come down and move the block to the right. Bend your right knee, left hand under the ball of your left foot. Depress the shoulders, inhale. Exhale, straighten only the left leg. Lift your chest forward, depress the shoulders backwards. Core active. Press your toes down. And now can you shine a light through the left side, the back line of your left side. Micro bending your left knee. Try to bring a little weight towards the balls of your feet. And now ever so slowly, bend your left knee, release your left hand. Keep your right knee bent. Make a fist and open your left arm. Depress the right shoulder. Little circles. Good. Gaze forward. Fingertips on the floor. Ardha Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Lift your mid back off the floor. Gaze forward. Pull your fingertips towards your feet and your feet towards your fingertips. And then Uttanasana, forward fold. Push the floor and lift your chest all the way up. Lift your arms, inhale. Hands to your heart center, exhale. Take a moment of stillness. Make sure you have your blocks close by you, towards the top of your mat. Good. Bring your hands to your heart center. As you scan your body through your practice, sharpen your inner eye. Notice the little subtle, beautiful movements in your body. Inhale, lift your palms up. From the hips, exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, right leg goes back. Drop your right knee down to the floor. Relax your right foot. Lift your chest up. Breathe in here. Anjaneyasana. Your glutes are active. Lengthen your tailbone. And now with your next breath, frame your left foot, tuck your right toes under, and walk your right knee back slightly. Ardha Hanuman. Blocks are great here. And feel free to bend and straighten your knee if you feel a resistance in your back body. Flex your foot, draw the heel towards your sit bone. And constantly, for some of us, the chest, the front ribs want to sway forward. Try to lift your midsection, your mid-back towards the ceiling, so your low back doesn't take over. With your next breath, bend your left knee. Frame your left foot, plank pose. Shift your weight all the way forward. Inhale. Lower your knees if you need to. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Bring your chest forward. Glutes are active. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet together, right leg lifts, inhale. Right knee to your right tricep. Come all the way to your tippy toes. Three-legged down dog, inhale. Exhale, right foot forward. Drop your left knee down to the floor. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Exhale, bullet. We'll call it bullet warrior. Take your hands behind you, lift your left knee. Inhale, bend your left knee. Maybe you hover this time. Exhale, fierce warrior. That's the word I was looking for. Follow your belly. Look at your right foot. Left foot next to the right foot. Utkatasana chair pose. Shift your weight back. Breathe. Take your midsection back and towards the ceiling. Push the floor and come all the way up. Inhale. Hands to your heart center. Exhale. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, left leg goes back. Drop your left knee down to the floor, Anjaneyasana. Relax your foot, glutes are active. Draw your foot and your knee towards one another. Find a sense of calmness. Frame your right foot, inhale. Tuck your right toes under and walk your left knee back, Ardha Hanuman. Find your blocks if you need them, maybe on the tall setting even, or bend and straighten your knee a little at a time. Mobilizing and hydrating that connective tissue goes a long way. Drag the heel energetically towards your sit bone. Bend your right knee, frame your right foot, lift your left knee, plank pose. Inhale, come all the way to your tippy toes. Drop your knees down if you need to, lower down, chaturanga. Glutes active, inhale, cobra or up dog. Huh? Flip over your toes, downward facing dog. Feet together, left leg lifts, inhale. Gaze forward, left foot forward, right knee down, Anjaneyasana. Keep your toes tucked under this time. Lift your palms up. Inhale. Fierce warrior, exhale, lift your knees, slide your arms, chest forward. Maybe your knee hovers, inhale, bend your knee, glutes active. Shift your weight back, lengthen your tailbone. Now imagine that block we started in the beginning of the class between your ribs and your low back is elongating your low back. Fierce warrior. Widen your collarbone, core is active. Now look at your left foot. Right foot next to the left foot, chair pose. Swing your arms. Breathe here for 4, 3, lengthen your tailbone, 2. And 1, push the floor, come all the way up. Inhale. Woo! Exhale. Take a moment. Okay, one more round just like that. We'll move a little bit faster, but doesn't mean sloppy. Inhale, lift your palms up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, right leg goes back. Drop your right knee down to the floor. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Exhale, Ardha Hanuman. Breathe. Good, widen your collarbone. Bend your left knee, inhale, plank pose. Come all the way to your tippy toes, inhale. Exhale, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Gaze forward, right foot forward. This time your knee is off the floor unless you have to go down. Lift your palms, glutes active. Inhale. Exhale, fierce warrior. Roll the right hip back. Inhale. Bend your knee, lift your arms. Exhale, fierce warrior. Look at your right foot, left foot, next to the right. Utkatasana, chair pose. Lift your toes, but shift your weight towards the heels and the mount of your big toe and little toe. Can you lengthen your tailbone? Push the floor, come all the way up. Inhale. Pinch to your heart center, exhale. Breathe. Inhale, last round, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, left leg goes back. Drop your left knee down to the floor. Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Breathe, refine, find new whispers in your body. Maybe the whisper is to let go of the tension and to change the habits. Ardha Hanuman, find your little split in here. Bend your right leg, inhale, frame your right foot, plank pose. Shift your weight all the way forward, inhale. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Gaze forward, left foot forward, knee hovers off the floor if possible. Yeah. Shift your weight back so your glutes are really taking over. Now find that imaginary block between your ribs and your hips. Inhale, fierce warrior, exhale. Widen your collarbone, core active. Your right leg is active. Inhale, bend your right knee, hover. Exhale. Look at your left leg. Right foot next to the left foot. Utkatasana, chair pose. Hands forward. Lengthen your tailbone for 3 and 2 and 1. Now slowly shift all the way. Down, 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 down. Yes, maybe you can do it with control and find your sit bones. Or you crash. Inhale, squeeze your inner thighs. Take your hands behind, walk your feet forward. Take your hands behind your hamstrings. Widen your collarbone, inhale. And I exhale, shift your weight back. Keep your chest and spine long, lift your feet. Gaze forward, widen your collarbone. Breathe. Maybe you straighten your right leg. Maybe you extend your left leg. So it's not necessarily a boat pose, yes. Just a variation here. Little seesaw. Good. Maybe your left hand comes up. Plug the arm in. Your knees can always stay bent and you can also keep your left leg down. Oh, release your second hand. Not on the price of your spine. For 3, 2, and 1. Now take it all the way down, slow. Ardha Navasana, half boat, all the way. 3 and 2 and 1. Now slowly push it up. Oh my goodness. And take it down and rest. Ah, my gosh. Okay, take your hands under and over your shins if you can. Under and over. Open your chest like a cow. Inhale. Open, open. And I exhale, hollow your belly and depress the shoulders. Go slow. Remember, whisper. Whisper to your body. The practice is also to teach us how to change the waves in the body. From high intensity to less intensity. Many times, if not most, is with the mindset. Inhale, open your heart. Find peace. Exhale, slow and control. We go through the steps. Core is active, depressing the shoulders, and we gradually pull that spine back, and we depress the shoulders a little more, and tuck your chin under. Maybe you close your eyes and you can refine your movement gently. Slowly release and come down. So we have two legs to do the other side. So walk your feet a little forward. Take your hands behind your hamstrings. Lift your chest up, inhale. Hollow your belly. Shift a little further back. Lift your feet off the floor. Breathe in here. Extend your left leg. Quad muscles are active. Extend your right leg below. Left leg is high, right leg is low. Yes. Reach your right hand up. Remember, your right foot can be down if you need to. Lift your left hand up. Oh, breathe here for 3. Breathe 2 and 1. Find your other Hanuman for 4. 3. Hover, 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 hover. Go low, 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 low. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come up and cross your legs and take a little rest. Good. Find one leg in front of the other. Take your right fingertips all the way to the right. And take your left hand behind your head. Ground your left sit bone, but lift your ribcage up. Visualize how the left hip is grounding down as you're lifting your ribcage up. And now can you shine a light through the back of your left ribs and through your spine, a little taller. Slowly walk your right hand towards your hips, come forward. Take a moment, a couple of shoulder rolls. Lean back, change your legs. Walk your left fingertips all the way to the left. Ground your right hip down. Take your right hand behind your head, inhale. Exhale, ground the right sit bone, lift your ribcage up. Maybe you walk your left fingertips a little further, maybe not. And feel that little opposition as your right ribs lift up, your right hip is grounding down. And your left fingertips are helping you to ground. Now, lift your ribs, shine a color through the back of your right ribs and through your spine. And can you breathe into that balloon inside of your ribcage? Can you visualize the space between your ribs, those intercostal muscles expanding? Slowly walk your left hand towards your hips. Come down, shoulder blades. Beautiful. All right. Come to altar pose. Reverse table. Take your feet aligned with your hips. And now take your hands behind you. Fingers facing towards your feet, or you can also turn your fingers sideways. If you have any shoulder issues or your wrists are aching you, this is a great option. Tuck your chin under, inhale, widen your collarbone. And now on the exhale, engage your glutes, claw the mat with your toes, and lift your hips. Now lift your chin. Breathe in here. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gaze forward. Drop your hips down to the floor. Very nice. Cross your ankles. just like we did in the beginning of class. So remember, we did the open and the close, and the open and the close. So your left ankle in front of the right. And now make fist with your hands alongside your body. You have to hollow your belly like we did with the boat pose. And now see if you can lift your hips any amount. Hollow forward. Squeeze your inner thighs. And now drop your knees down to the floor. Good. You may stay here, or you might help yourself, and then you lift your hands off the floor. So there's a little momentum. Squeeze the inner thighs. That's going to help your core to integrate. And lift. Yes. Yes. Push. And then lower down. So there's a lot of mobility here through the sit bones and the knees. Shine a light in there. Okay, let's do it one more time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze your knees in. Pelvic floor gaze forward. And then maybe you come all the way up. All the way up. Squeeze. And what goes up has to come down. You can always skip this section if you need to. Open your knees now as you're coming down. Maybe blocks. Maybe you come all the way. Good job. Take your hands behind you and release your legs. Shake it off. Give your knees a massage. So I always say it's only a matter of who is going to win, your persistence or your discomforts and limitations. So even if you just do a little, 2% is better than 0%. All right. Change your legs, right ankle in front of the left. Honor how each side feels. Make a fist with your hands. Your knees start open, and as we lift, your knees come together. Inhale, shoulders wide. Exhale, shift forward, core active, gaze forward. And lower. The lift is in the shifting forward, okay? Inhale. Squeeze in, push up. And down. Yeah, and now we're gonna do the little momentum when maybe your hands comes up. Inhale, exhale, push, squeeze your inner thighs and lower. Lots of oil in your knees. Inhale, this time we're gonna come up all the way. Push, squeeze, and come all the way up. Feet together. Open your feet wider than your hips, and I do like little hula hoop. Visualize a ball of light and you're touching every light, and notice if there's a rusty light in there. Hesitate and breathe into it. And I go the other way. Excellent. All right. Feet together. We're going to have one more little flow. Find blocks, 2 blocks at the top of your mat on the toe setting. Okay. You will have the option to go into eagle. We'll finish up with eagle. Okay, and instead of going, for me, eagle is one of the hardest with my legs. So you might be able to use the block as a stop. It's not necessarily very easy, but it's just different and accessible. Okay, or your foot will be able to go. If you skip the block, you can just put your foot on the floor, okay, or on a block. Woo. Yeah, like I said, it's not 100% easy, but it's accessible for you if you need it. And if you have your regular eagle, you know how to do it, it's no brainer for you, go for it. Yeah, but you can use that as a step. All right, so blocks to the top of your mat on each side. Hands to your heart center, inhale. And now exhale, open your legs to the right, Prasarita. Pigeon toe your feet to the right, to the white part of your mat. To the right part of your mat, no, to the white part, to your right. Yes. Pigeon toe your feet, inhale. Lift your back ribs, lift up, 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 inhale. And now exhale from the hips forward, fold. Grab your shins or your ankles or the outer blade of your feet. Depress the shoulders, forward fold. Lift your sit bones up. For many of us, the shoulders keep sneaking into the ears, lift them away. Bend your right knee a little. Come center, bend your left knee a little. Slowly come up. Hands to your hips, bend your knees, push the floor, come all the way up. Heel to your feet a little wider. Hands to your ribs, and now look at your right leg, turn your right leg to the back of your mat. Square your ribs to the left, warrior two. Bend your right leg, power your left leg, and lengthen your tailbone. Extend your arms. Bring your right sit bone towards your left sit bone. Your right sit bone towards your left sit bone. Reverse your warrior. Right hand comes up. Left hand to your thigh. Lift your ribcage up. Open your arms out in a T position. Thumbs are down. Right elbow under the left. Intertwine your arms once or twice. Elbows forward, shoulders back and down. Now look at your right foot. Heel to your right foot a couple of steps to the right. And now humble your warrior. Turn your chest to the right. Draw the right sit bone back to the back of your mat. Keep pulling your shoulders down and your chest forward. Inhale, push the floor, lift your chest up. Heel to your right foot. Turn your toes to the right, to the left. Heel to your right foot, shorten your stance. Turn your toes to the top of your mat. Pyramid pose. Lift your right heel up, inhale. Exhale, warrior three. Maybe your right foot stays on the floor. Micro bend in your left leg, fly your leg. Shoulders back. Glutes are active. Yes. Breathe here for 4, 3. Bend your left knee a little. 2 and 1. Now bend your left knee a lot. Lift your chest up. Bend your right knee over the left. That's where your block might be there waiting for you. Bend your knees and shift your hips back. Depress the shoulders. Shoulder blades are wide for 3. Breathe 2 and 1. Push the floor, liberate your arms and liberate your legs. How you doing over there? Woo! Shake it off, take a moment of stillness. Breathe. I'm just gonna turn my block so you can see. So you're now at the top of your mat still. This time, you're gonna open your body to the left. Yeah, there you go. Pigeon toe your feet. This time you have option, either interlace your hands behind you or grab opposite elbows, or some of you can go to reverse namaskar right here. Okay, otherwise opposite elbows, or you can interlace your hands. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, forward fold. Depress the shoulders, lift your sit bones. Engage your quad muscles to protect your knees. Keep breathing. Now bend your knees a lot like you're gonna squat and gaze forward, inhale. Exhale, straighten your legs, forward fold. Bend your knees, gaze forward, liberate your arms. Hands to your hips, push the floor, come all the way up. Shoulder rolls. Heel to your feet, widen your stance. Look at your left leg, turn your left toes to the back of your mat. Hands on your rib cage, turn your ribs to the right, warrior two. Bring a lot of power to your right leg. Left sit bone pulls towards your right sit bone. And now find your little whispers. Can you make your whispers soft and soothing? Right hand on your thigh, turn your left palm up, reverse your warrior. Let it come from your ribcage, microbend in your elbow to initiate the move from your thoracic spine. Then straighten your elbow. Breathe. Open your arms in a T position. Thumbs are down, left elbow under the right. Eagle your arms to your ability. Shoulders back and down. Big press and elbows forward. Look at your left leg, heel to your left foot 2 times. Square your hips to the back of your mat. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, humble your warrior. Draw the left hip back. Shoulders back, chest forward. Breathe. With your next breath, push the floor and lift your chest up. Turn your left toes to the right. And now walk your left foot, shorten your stance. Turn your feet to the right to a pyramid variation, but lift your left heel up. Inhale. Exhale, stay here or come to your warrior 3, any variation. Draw the shoulders back, open your chest. Microbend in your right knee helps a lot. Bend your right knee a little more. Lift your chest and now left knee over the right knee, maybe over a block, or eagle your legs any way they can touch the floor. Elbows forward, shoulders back. Space between your shoulder blades for 3, 2, and 1. Push the floor, liberate everything. Hands to your heart center. Woo! Liberate little circles with your hips. Okay, I'm going to go to the top of my mat now so you can see me again. Bring your blocks. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, forward fold. Take your right knee down to the floor. Take your left knee down to the floor. Come all the way down to the floor. Find your little sphinx here. Shoulders over your hips, walk your knees back. And now engage your glutes. Lift your chest forward, pull the heels of your hands towards your elbows. And now keep focusing on widening your collarbone as your chest comes forward. Breathe. You may stay here, or some of you can go into a seal pose by lifting your elbows off the floor. Yep. Make sure that your heels are not swaying to the right and left. Glutes are active. This is a back bend. Pull energetically the heels of your hands coming to your hips and shoulders depressing as your chest gets taller and taller. Slowly bend your elbows. Rest. Very nice. Take your left hand to about 11:30 to 12 o'clock and now shift your body to the right. Now you're going to rest on your head. Usually I said don't rest on your head. Today we're going to rest on the head. Bring your right hand by your chest. And now just stack your hips together. Walk your hand up as far up as you can. So there's traction here. And you're just resting on the left side, stacking your hips, your right fingertips on the floor. And that's a little whisper. It's not gonna feel like, whoa. But see what comes up. Just see what comes up here. Try to stack your hips and your feet together. Your glutes are active. And now visualize a flow of river from your left hand towards your armpit, to your ribs, to your waistline, to your hip, all the way down to the outer blade of your left leg. Press your bones heavy to the floor. This is a pure example of where usually we're looking for 100% feedback. But when we tone it down, what comes up? Can we be more focused and aware of the little things? Allow your breath to follow whatever that is. On a much higher level, this teaches us also to stay calm. Slowly, slowly, shift to the right a little bit. Bend your right knee in a frog position in front of you, And I find one block on the low setting. Lift your chest up and you're gonna rest the left armpit right under or over the block. Some of you may need another block under your forearm if you need it. Make sure it's there for you. And now stack your hips again. If you want a little more, scoot your hips away from the block. Don't move your chest, but just scoot your hips down more. So there's a traction. Now stack your hips. And feel free to tick-tock your hip forward and back. Visualize energetically you're pulling your rib cage down towards your hip. Try to stack your feet together and see what happens, like we did before. And pull your hips away from the block if you need to adjust again. Your glutes are active a little. And instead of pulling back your glutes, bring them forward so your pelvis is in neutral. Notice if any little sensations are coming up. Press your hip bone down to the floor. You can even tick-tock your hips forward and back. The way you are, little. Ever so slowly, bend your right knee, move the block out of the way, and this time take your left hand to 9 o'clock. Oh, you can stay just like that. You can take a block under your head. Just let it relax a little. Depress the right shoulder. Press your left thigh down to the floor. You can turn your left heel right and left. And now for the next few breaths, flip your right leg behind you. Maybe a block for a pillow. Depress the shoulders down. Press your left hip to the floor. Listen to the whispers today. Can you pick up on little sensations beyond the shoulder region? Ever so slowly come back to your belly. Take a little moment here. Oh, I feel like an old lady right now. Stay where you are. I'll just move to the other side so you can see me. You stay there. Oh, okay. And now you're gonna take your right arm to about 12:30, 1 o'clock. Reach it as far and walk your hips back. So there's as much space as you can create between your right hand and your right hip. And now just stack your hips together. Glutes slightly active and they want to come forward, not back. Your left fingertips helping you. Press your hips to the floor. And be okay not feeling 100%. Maybe it's 1% or 2%. Even in the 1% is a benefit, a different benefit. Pay more attention to your breath. You might tick-tock your hips a little, forward and back. Put all your weight on the mat, whatever touches. Press your thighs, your hip bone down, your ribs. Beautiful. Now, bend your left knee for a moment forward. Find your block and lift your chest. Take the block under your right armpit. Yeah, once you've grounded your block, shift your hips back a little. And as stack your hips, remember if you need another block for your forearm, do so. And as stack your hips again. And you can go forward and back. Make sure the block is in a place. And traction your spine here. Your armpit and your hips are connected, and your rib cage and your pelvis is connected. Small shift, but lots of weight on the floor and the block. Catch yourself breathing shallow breath and replace those with full, mindful, diaphragmatic breath where your ribcage is expanding in 3D, front, side, and back. When we slow down, we also learn about our pattern of behavior. Some of those behaviors and habits don't really serve us, so we need to learn how to change them. That's the transformation. Okay, bend your left knee forward. Lift your block out of your way, and now take your right hand to 3 o'clock. Scoot your left leg behind you. Find a block if you need it. Oh, so good. Take advantage of also opening your psoas, the front of the hip flexor, the front of your belly towards the inner leg. That's so, what's so amazing about the practice of yoga, that sometimes it teaches us to go fast, and sometimes it teaches us to go slow. And it trains us to learn the difference and how to switch quickly from high to low, from low to high. But through the process, staying mindful and aware of every step of our movement. Can you Lower your intensity to the whispers. And now slowly, slowly release it. Come all the way down, take a little break. And when you're ready, come to your back. We'll take one little breath just to reset the back body. Align your feet with your hips, palms alongside your body. Inhale. And then exhale, lift your tailbone and lift your sacrum, lift your low back. It's a very low bridge. Claw the mat with your toes. Make sure that your glutes are active and your low back is very quiet. And if that feels good, then visualize from the inner groin to your pubic bone, there's a triangle. And now you're lifting that triangle straight up to the ceiling. And your low back is still quiet. Press your toes. Breathing here. And maybe you need to engage your lower glutes a little more for 3, and 2, and 1. Lengthen your tailbone, lower down. Sway your hips right and left. We're gonna take one-sided happy baby. Take your right leg up, and then take your right hand under and over, or if that's not available, go to the outer blade of your foot or a strap. Otherwise, you're coming with me. Inhale. And now on the exhale, drop your left knee to the right and just walk your hips to the right. Breathe in here. Lengthen your left knee away from your hip. Breathe. Depress the shoulders. And now we're going to do the opposite. Come all the way up, inhale. Resist your right arm to your right leg, and now we're going to drop everything to the left. Lift your head, and now resist your head. Depress the right shoulder. Resist your arm to your leg. This is a great stretch. Follow your belly. Visualize your right foot is reaching to the wall in front of you, and your right shoulder is reaching the wall behind you. Breathe. Now slowly come all the way up. If you need a strap, grab a strap. Release your right hand and grab the outer blade of your right foot or a strap and open your right knee. Your left leg can stay bent, or you can go to half Baddha Konasana. Take your left hand on the inner thigh. Micro bend in your right knee. Breathe here. Try to draw the left hip down to the floor. Feel free to bend and straighten your right leg if you need to. Some of you can grab the inner heel. That's a different sensation. If it's available, it does not have to be. And lengthen your sit bones away from your hips. Take your left hand to your left thigh and drop it down. Bend your right knee. Oh, that was a real good, juicy, juicy. Shake it off, release. Wiggle your legs. Nice. Inhale. Left leg half. Happy baby. Breathe in here, feel. And now with your next breath, we're gonna drop the hips to the left. Your right knee drops to the left. But now push your right knee away from your hips. Gaze to the right. Your glutes are a little active here. Breathe. Catch yourself tensing up. And then slowly come upright, inhale. And now we'll do the opposite. Resist your left arm to your left leg. Drop your hips to the right. Your head comes off the floor. Resist your leg to your arm. Your left foot energetically reaches forward. Your left shoulder reaches backwards, and enjoy that stretch. Use your breath. Slowly come back up. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Find the strap if you need to. Release your left hand, grab the outer leg of your foot or the inner heel. Right knee can stay upright like so, or you can drop the knee down like we did in the beginning of class. Extend your left leg. Maybe just a little. You might have to bend and straighten a few times. If you feel a pull behind your knee or somewhere around the joint, just bend and straighten your leg. No pulling. Gaze to the right, relax your shoulders. Lengthen your left sit bone towards your left heel. Slowly release your leg. Hug your knees again. Yes, walk like that. The little run with your knees, hands on your thigh. We're running and we're not going anywhere. But you're mobilizing the SI joint here, resetting. And then find your very favorite Shavasana. Maybe blocks under your knees will feel really nice today. Open your arms and allow your body to whisper in a very soft and soothing way. Like a little river flow. Feel the sensitivity of the vibrations in your fingers, your heartbeat, your soft, soothing light, the soles of your feet growing imaginary roots into the earth and into your body. Slowly wiggle your feet. Wherever you are, just bend your knees and come into a fetus pose. If you have a block, please put a block for a pillow. And take a moment here to listen, to tune in on a very cellular, energetic level. With a sense of clarity, becoming really good friends and aware of your inner body. Introspective, where are you inside of you? So when the little whispers are talking to you, you learn how to listen to them before they become screaming. A little pause with love and compassion. Your inner compass is your inner light that guides you. Notice that when you have that sense of balance, we can conquer almost everything in our lives. Life becomes happier, easier, with more clarity and direction. Slowly push the floor and come up to a seat. Soak every moment of this sense of freedom. Every time we hear we do beautiful things, we're free. With all the challenges in the life, there is freedom. Bring your hands to your heart center. We take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Stay. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed practice. I will see you soon, and thank you.